Vietnam company set up a step-by-step process. Discover how to set up a company in Vietnam, a step-by-step guide, cost of starting a business in Vietnam, setting up an LLC, setting up a wholly foreign-owned entity, joint venture, public limited company, branch or representative office. LHD Law Firm advice. Conditions for setting up a company in Vietnam required. Documents. To complete the application process, companies must submit the following documents. 1. Lease agreement, if applicable. 2. Financial capacity proof. 3. Investor legalized documents. 4. Application for investment registration certificate. 5. Application for enterprise registration certificate. 6. Stamp, seal. 7. Chief accountant. 8. Tax. 9. Business license fee. 10. Bank account. 11. Labor. Issues you care. What is the yearly tax rate? What is the income tax rate for your business? Is there a special certificate for your next business license company? Not how long it takes to complete the licensing company? Is there any legal requirements of Vietnam in ownership of your company? How to transfer money abroad from Vietnam? How much is the fee, and how it works according to the laws of Vietnam? As with any investment incentives for your business, how do we take care of the financial statements monthly and yearly? How do Vietnam laws work in any trade dispute? LHD Law Firm, with 15 years of experience advising foreign investors in Vietnam. We will give you advice, clarify all your concerns, and take care of your company license. Moreover, the LHD can help you with financial statements showing the government of Vietnam and track your business activities and is always around to advise your business. Set up a company in Vietnam, advised by LHD Law Firm. 1. Pre-investment approval, if required. Determine if your business activity requires pre-investment approval from the Provincial People's Committee. 2. Investment Registration Certificate, IRC. Register your investment undertaking with the Provincial People's Committee. Apply for the Investment Registration Certificate, IRC. 3. Enterprise Registration Certificate, ERC. Apply for the Enterprise Registration Certificate, ERC. Services of LHD Law Firm. Service of setting up a foreign invested company. Foreign investment consulting is the professional consulting segment of LHD Firm. Over 15 years of work, we have completed legal work for more than 6,800 projects for businesses and individuals from 32 countries around the world. LHD Law Firm is rated in the top 10 leading law firms in Vietnam in terms of consulting on setting up foreign capital companies in Vietnam, ranked at Legal 500 and HG.org. Advising on conditions for establishing foreign invested companies for investors according to specific business fields or investors' nationality. Consulting on selecting the correct type of company for investors. Limited liability company or joint stock company, head office address, capital, business lines, opening a capital transfer account, capital contribution term, etc. Guide investors to prepare necessary documents to establish a foreign invested company. Consulting and drafting company establishment documents for investors. Representing investors to work with competent Vietnamese state agencies in the process of establishing businesses for investors. Apply for a foreign loan for a business to borrow from a parent company or foreign organization. Exhaustive advice on activities arising in the process of doing business in Vietnam for investors. With experience and a professional service attitude, LHD Law Firm is committed to satisfying foreign investors in Vietnam. Set up company in Vietnam. LHD advice. Legal advice. Review the documents to be prepared, including legal consultations, law, policy, taxes, human resources. After receiving the investment certificate, advice on how to obtain the business registration certificate. Advice and application for the enterprise certificate, ERC, and the investment certificate, IRC, In addition to the business license issued by the Ministry of Industry and Trade, business license, consultation and production of a seal engraving and report using seal samples, regular legal advice after the opening of the business, legal advice about taxes, work permit, temporary residence card, and child permit, if applicable. Support for the registration of trademarks, designs, and inventions when required by businesses. LHD Law Firm is a representative of IP number 146, the National Office of Intellectual Property, NOIP. Advice on CIT, PIT, and monthly, quarterly, and annual tax returns. Social insurance consultation, salary calculation, payroll. Consulting for personnel selection in Vietnam. Trademark, design, and invention protection consulting. Consultation on labor law, taxation, and contracts in Vietnam. Virtual office rental for companies with foreign capital to provide invoice redemption. Co.op with us. Step 1. Get legal advice in English, Vietnamese. Meet with an attorney. We get legal advice on the type of business best suited to your situation. Step 2. Find office space and legal representation for your business, if there is no available LHD office. Then find an office space so that your business not only has a place of business, but also a specific office address required by the government to apply for a business license. If you are not the legal representative for your business, you need to find a trusted partner. Step 3. Apply for a business license, IRC, ERC, or BL. Prepare all the necessary documents and make sure that you meet all the requirements before applying for a business license. Expect a 15-day waiting period for a Vietnamese-owned company and a 60-day waiting period for a foreign company. Step 4. Legal and tax advice for foreign companies after establishment. Running your Vietnamese business now can hire employees and enter into business contracts. There are several things you need to do, such as obtaining your company seal, applying for a tax identification number, opening a company bank account, and publicly announcing your incorporation. Periodic duties include employee tax, accounting reports, and insurance payments. In addition to legal advice, we also provide accounting services for companies with foreign capital for these companies. Why choose LHD Law Firm? Everything we do at LHD Law Firm is focused on assisting your business through our investment law expertise and local business experience in Vietnam, so that your enterprise can grow and expand quickly and avoid the costly traps that many startup investors fall into at the hands of unscrupulous lawyers and agents. How we accomplish this? We offer the best investment legal service in Vietnam, as well as a wide choice of individual and economic effective solutions for starting a business in Vietnam or managing an existing one. What we can do: consulting on the establishment of foreign-owned companies in Vietnam, consulting on the establishment of Vietnamese factories, and consulting on industrial production, sourcing Vietnam, supporting business registration, accounting and tax compliance through information intelligence, low-cost operational setup, HR and admin, government liaison services, director services, country representation/management services for M&A, and much more. You only need to prepare your financial and business strategy. We will support you with a complete plan and legal work in Vietnam. To seek further advice or request service to set up a company in Vietnam, contact us at sals@lhdfirm.com.